Hello there, my viewers. Welcome back to my channel, African Crab here. Today, I am bringing you a tutorial on the single crochet ribbed stitch. I used it to make this beautiful super scarf. Isn't it beautiful? It's soft and stretchy, and the colorway is really beautiful. So, I'm going to show you how to crochet this single crochet rib stitch and make your own mega scarf. This tutorial is targeting beginners, okay? You are gonna make a scarf that makes you look like a pro. Trust me, you wanna do this. Now, if you wanna make the scarf exactly like I did, stay with me and I'll tell you how many stitches you need, how many yarn balls you need, and what kind of hook you need to use. For now, for the stitch itself, you're gonna need a 6.5 millimeter hook. This is what I'm using. And you're gonna need a 4-ply yarn. I'll go ahead and tell you the yarn I have used. This is Hobby Lobby's Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel in the color Go Go Cocoa. It recommends a 5.5 millimeter hook. However, I'm gonna tell you to use a 6.5 millimeter hook to create the effect you're seeing here, all right? So without much ado, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to move this aside and let's bring this in a little bit for you to see. Perfect. So let's go ahead and get started. To get started, you're going to need to make a slip stitch. Okay, let's see if we can move this a little bit and set this down so you can see properly. There we are. Awesome. All right, so let's make a slip stitch. I'm going to make a small swatch for you. So let's chain 15. Okay, that's 15 stitches, and we're going to work in the inside bumps here. This will allow for us to create a really nice edge when we're done. So in the second chain from the hook, don't count this. Your second chain is going to be that. This is 1 and that is 2, so we're going to go under there and work our first single crochet, and that will leave us with 13 more for a total of 14 stitches at the end of the row. So work a single crochet in each of the stitches. As I mentioned, this is a stitch tutorial only. This is not a full project. However, I'll let you know here in a little bit how to work the full project using this particular stitch. This is your row 1, which is basically only single crochets. If you work in the bumps only, it gives you a really nice edge. So that's the end of the row. As you can see, the edging is really good. It looks the same as the inside. Perfect. So that is row 1. Now for the rest of your project, you are going to be using the back loop only. So let's go ahead and chain 1. Turn your work. So this here is your front post and this here is your back post, and you're going to work on the back post only, on the back loop. Sorry, not post, but the back loop. Okay, so After chaining one, you're going to work a single crochet in the back loop only. That is 1, that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 is right here. That's what your second row looks like, and you can see that is the rib right there already. To get a better effect, you're gonna need to work a few more rows. So let's go ahead and chain one, turn your work around. Once again, we're working in the back loop only. Work your single crochet in your back loop. I recommend counting your stitches if you're a beginner, because you do not want to miss a stitch. If you do, your edges will look crooked, and you don't want a crooked edge. We want our work to look very professional. Okay, now even for seasoned crocheters, you might think, well, that's a very simple scarf, but it is elegant, especially if you're looking to make a scarf for men. I've looked at different tutorials on YouTube, and I find there are very few scarves for men. A lot of the projects are for women and for children. And so I thought, okay, men are simple creatures, and so simple does it. More like more like clean lines, simple but elegant. And this is one of those stitches that makes for a really simple, elegant project, especially a scarf like I've shown you. That is a super scarf that I made for my husband, but I thought if I can get him to model it for me, I can then sell it in my shop and also use it on my YouTube to showcase the single crochet ribbed stitch, and it works out beautifully. As you can see, we're basically working single crochets in the back loop only to create this nice, neat ribbing. Once again, your very last stitch is always hidden, so make sure you do not miss it. Chain one. So we have so far done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the 6th row. So let's go ahead and work a single crochet in the back loop only. Again, as we work more stitches and build up, the ribbing starts to show beautifully. This is a small swatch, so let's keep working, and then I'm going to tell you how many chains I made to make my super scarf and how many rows I completed to complete my super scarf. There we are. And as you can see now, that's what your work looks like after 6 rows. Each of these ribbing represents 2 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so it builds very nice. Let's work 2 more rows, and then I will tell you how to make your own scarf, your super scarf. So we've chained 1, we're turning our work again. Once again, you're working only in the back loop using your single crochets. For me, I have chained 15 and then put my first single crochet in the second chain from my stitch and worked another 13 for a total of 14 stitches in the row. And then of course now I'm working 14 stitches in the back loop only to create this rib effect. Okay, chain 1, turn your work again. This is row 8. Now the single crochet is a shorter stitch, and so it takes a bit of time to work out to build your project. So if you're a beginner, I would also recommend starting this project with a 5 or 6 ply yarn, which is bulkier and thicker, and you can see your work build up much faster. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, you can now see the ribbing, and both sides are the same, right? And so once you're done, you should have a beautiful project like mine. This is what it looks like. Now, do you want to make yours like mine? Let's push it backwards and see how wide it is. It's wide and pretty long. This is my super scarf. So to make exactly the super scarf I made here, you're gonna need to chain 181 stitches and then work your first stitch in the second chain from the hook. This will give you a total of 180 stitches in your row, your length. And then to make it as wide as I have made it here, you're going to be working 40 rows to create exactly the size I have here. 40 rows will give you this width, and I can measure it and tell you how wide it is. Let's see, I got a measuring tape here. $15 inches wide, and for the length, let's see what 180 stitches comes up to. I'm going to need to fold this up in order for me to get the length. I hadn't measured it before, I just made it. So let's see if I can measure it. I'm going to fold it into half since my desk is not that wide. So let's see. So let's see, from there to there, from there to there. That's 42, so I have 88 inches long for my super scarf. All right, so that's that for it. If you like my tutorial, give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for supporting me. I will see you in my next video. Thank you.